All right, so the question becomes, is there a stigma with PTSD? Obviously, this is a near and dear topic to me because I was diagnosed with PTSD in March of 2017. And I will tell you, yes, for me, there was a stigma with PTSD. However, it was not from onlookers or people on the outside. It was my internal belief and my internal stigma that I was placing on PTSD and what it meant to ask for help. I don't want to project it onto the alpha male bravado and the false masculinity and being in an organization that frowned upon asking for help, because that wasn't the case. However, all of those nuances played into a factor of why I believed it was a sign of weakness. It was a sign of cowardice for me to be identified as somebody who had and has PTSD. So a close individual to me asked me one time when I was talking about this stigma, and this was after I had gone through intensive treatment. He's like, well, did anybody make you believe that, did they act differently towards you when you finally reached out and asked for help or shared that you were going through this? And I stopped and I had to reflect, and I said no. And it was at that moment that I realized the stigma that it was associated with it was actually internally. So that's where the stigma lies. At least that's my experience. It's not from outsiders. It's not from onlookers. Yeah, there's the occasional individual that might throw a dig or a dagger here, but that's far outside the boundaries of the normalcy of sharing that, yeah, I have PTSD or I was diagnosed with it. I do not feel there's a stigma. But with that, I think people who have gone through it, people like me, we need to stand up now and help the ones who are behind us, who maybe are at that conundrum of, hey, I don't want to go get help because I feel like I'm weak and I should be able to handle this on my own. You're not. You're not weak. It's not a sign of weakness whatsoever. And that's why my big thing is we got to stop the stigma and start the convo. Stop the stigma, start the conversation. That's my thoughts on if there's a stigma associated with PTSD.